territory. Crowley takes it up from Conor Murray. Ireland go wide quickly now. The ball is loose. We're still on the 10-meter line inside Samoan territory. It's Crowley again with a little kick ahead. Into touch. Ireland putting the early pressure on here. Samoa with the line-out feed, though. About 8 meters from their own try line. Sailala Lamb with the feed, looking to find his jumper. And he does so. Stephen Luatua takes it up for Samoa. Taumatein the scrum off. Jonathan Taumatein with a lovely kick from the base. Lovely hairstyle, it must be said as well. Ireland with the feed on the halfway line. Easy take and a high ball deep inside Samoan territory. But a wonderful mark there. Easy as you like from feed out. Doesn't get much ground on the kick. A slight apology there. Safe under the high ball, took the mark. Gained a few meters there, not as much as he would have liked. Shark brain. It's Ireland's efficiency, their accuracy. And there's a reason they're number one in the world. So blowout, I'm not sure, but comfortable for sure. What do you think? As Samoa take the ball up outside their 22. Still in possession, Samoa. Taumatene. Referee Wayne Barnes penalising Ireland at the breakdown, not rolling away. I think that time it was Josh van der Fleer. I could be wrong there, but Samoa have the penalty. Welcome relief. Early on, we saw Fiji beat England at Twickenham. What do you have to say about that? It's going to be an exciting World Cup. The Pacific teams, Pacific Island teams, are not just making up the numbers anymore. Samoa, Fiji, Tonga. They're coming with a few surprises of their own now, but Samoa in possession. Inside Irish territory on the 10-meter line. Nice carry from the base there. Taumatene. Sopoanga. Closed up quickly. This Irish defence. Well oiled as they turn it over. Here come Ireland now. Hansen got his kick charge down. It's a little bit loose now. Just what Samoa wanted. And the referee blows. It's a scrum. Samoan feed inside Ireland's 22. A wonderful point of attack for Samoa. Manu Samoa. Renowned for their sevens game. But as I mentioned, over the few past seasons, the Pacific Island teams have been getting more exposure, reinforcements from players who are able to switch legions to their home country. That'll play a major part in this World Cup, for them at least. It's more competitive than ever before. Coach of Ireland looking on anxiously. Still 0-0. With the Samoan feed. The scrum is solid. Luatua picks up Taumaten. Lovely switch. And bundled into touch there was the winger Ed Friedau, involved again, looking to barge his way over the Irish defence, but gang tackled there into touch, and Ireland survive. Early onslaught there from Samoa. Quick line out from Ireland. No one really set. Conor Murray at the base. And kicks for a clearance. Ireland gained some few meters there. Samoa with the line out, but unfortunately knocking it on in the process of gathering. Scrum down to Ireland. I think what Samoa would be looking for is accuracy in the set piece, especially when they're not renowned for it. You want to get every single ball. It's crucial, especially against a side like Ireland. What does it mean that they're playing on neutral ground as Ireland come barging through now towards their own 10-meter line? Murray at the base. It's a nice contestable kick. Knocked on from Samoa, and Ireland have advantage now. Can they make it count? Inside Samoan territory on the 10-meter line. A cross kick from Crowley to McHenson. It's sensational. It's a try for Ireland. Just like that, Jimmy O'Brien finishes. A wonderful little kick pass initiated from the fly-off Jack Crowley, and Ireland going for a try. They say if you bringing the razzle, we'll bring the dazzle. Jimmy O'Brien scores, the fullback. Ireland take the lead. A mistake from the contestable kick from Samoa. Ireland playing under that advantage. Pinpoint kick. McHenson had the presence of mind to look inside, and he found that man, Jimmy O'Brien, who finishes a wonderful team try for Ireland. Now it'll be interesting to see how many injuries, if any. We don't hope that for any team, but we know the physical nature of Manu Samoa. It's more likely they'll do some damage. So Ireland on high alert. As I mentioned, the coaching team, what will they do at halftime? Make as many changes as they can. I guess it all depends on where the game is. As Crowley kicks the conversion, never looked in doubt. Ireland take the lead, 7 points to 0. We're 10 minutes in. The ball set up nicely for McHenson. Calm under pressure. Try time. Samoa with the restart, but Ireland gather deep inside their 22. Conor Murray directing the troops around that breakdown. Ireland with one eye on South Africa, of course, in that crucial pool game of the Rugby World Cup. Murray, the contestable kick, but Samoa gather, and unfortunately Ireland overzealous at the breakdown, playing the 9, which is illegal, of course. It's Tad Byrne, or is it Kalen Doris, I beg your pardon, the 8th man, playing the scrum off. And Samoa get a penalty, an opportunity to kick for touch. And a wonderful clearance from Lima Sopoanga. Obviously well experienced in Super Rugby. It will count for something surely. With a wonderful touchline clearance, taking play right up to the 5-meter line on Ireland's try line. Right-hand touchline, Samoa feed. It's an awful throw though. Seilala Lamb just not able to find his man. Ireland pouncing, giving the opportunity for Jack Crowley to clear. But he doesn't find touch. So Poanga kicks it up. And it's got off the side of the boot there. Ireland will have a throw in right from where he kicked it. So an unforced error. We don't want too many of those if you're Samoa. Samoa disrupt Ireland's line out now. Taumatene. They're looking to shift the ball from right to left. Little chip. Ball on the ground, grabber. Ireland gather and he's bundled into touch. Mac Hansen. If I were you, I'd move away from that argument. They might just phone somebody by the name of Tuolangi. Then we're in trouble. We eat you for breakfast. Solid defense. 3-on-1 there. No way through for Ireland. Samoa with the line out throw. And Wayne Barnes adjudged a penalty to Ireland there, an infringement at the line out. And Jack Crowley in return now kicks a wonderful touchline clearance. It seemed the 9 played the ball, knocked it on, and the 5 then from an offside position played the ball. As we look at that clearance, he's put Ireland in a very dangerous position. Keith Earls, Johnny Sexton in the crowd looking on. Their chance will come. Keith Earls maybe sooner than Johnny Sexton. As Ireland gather the ball from the line out. It's a driving maul, but Connor Murray's calling for it. They're looking to play down the blind side. Just struggling to get the ball out there. I have never seen anybody wrapped up in more cotton wool than Johnny Sexton. To be honest with you, good point. As nothing comes of this now, it's going to be a throw-in to Samoa on the 5-meter line. So Ireland, with no potency in the attack there, and Hansen bundled into touch. An opportunity for Lamb to find his jumper again. He does so indeed. Safety there from Theo McFarland. But Samoa right on their try line now. They'll need to find a few meters, which they do, through the tight forwards. But there's been a knock on. I beg your pardon. It's a penalty to Samoa. Deep sigh of relief as they get to clear the lines now via Lima Sopoanga. Who doesn't find touch. Another unforced error. Samoa with a couple of those in the last few minutes. Mac Hansen kicks it up and under. Mark taken by Sopoanga. He should have put that in touch. But he'll have another opportunity now, except it'll be Ireland's throw into the line out. Indeed, if he does find touch, which he doesn't do, he goes for the ball in play. Ireland come back from inside their own 10-meter mark to Samoa's 10-meter mark. The ball is loose. Who wants it? Ireland. Murray. Hansen from the right wing. Crowley with a lovely little chip and chase. Who's there? Manu with the clean up there for Samoa after Crowley chipped it ahead. The bounce of the ball can be interesting. But Manu there with the clearance. He was inside his 22, so no. He was not. The ball is going to be taken back from where he kicked it. He took it into his 22, and Ireland come with a little trick play. Hansen. It looked almost too good to be true because it was slightly forward there. Ireland with the trick play off the line out. Wonderful gap opening up, but just the timing of the pass, the direction was a couple of miles forward. We can't argue that one. And Samoa have another opportunity now. It's all texting stuff. It's another scrum. The scrum hasn't looked too bad. As far as I know, the Springboks are all clear. No injuries to speak of. Isn't that a blessing? I'm still punch drunk on that win last night. Not like alcohol punch. Someone punched me. And I'm in shock. But so proud of Sia, Kolisi, and the Springboks. Hashtag stronger together. To those of you who are watching along with me in this game, where are you watching from? Which part of the world? And will you be tuning in to Forever Sports during the Rugby World Cup, catching every game live? Will you be throwing in a bet there on Boyle Sports, the official partner of Forever Sports and Forever Rugby? Keep in mind, they'll match your first deposit up to R1,000. And you know who's the guy to talk to? Chris Rowe. He'll give you some betting tips. Look out for him on Forever Sports. He's the man with the brains and the numbers. He's the accountant. You want to make some money? Stay tuned. You're watching from Ireland. Welcome. As a South African, we are very, very concerned about the Irish. As we take a look now, is it Cian Healy who looks to be injured? Not a good sign for Ireland, but coming back to that game, South Africa, Ireland, it's going to be big. It's one of the biggest games at the World Cup, obviously barring the knockout games. All eyes will be on that. The form team, Ireland and South Africa, with a little bit of resurgence, but some worrying signs there for Ireland. Seems Jeremy Lohman is on now. Correct me if I'm wrong, for Cian Healy, who's gone off injured. Sharkbrain says over 50 points. It's possible, but now how much do they want to risk any more injuries, you know? And then the cohesion with the replacements coming on, should an injury come on, how much will that affect? So it's tough to call the score. I mean, my scores were way out. Coming from the Springbok game, I had a 24-23 to South Africa, and they smashed an All Black team with a record that stood since 1928. As Samoa kicked the ball ahead now, they're still trying to get some phases together, but then needlessly kicking the ball away back to Ireland. And then Fiji beating England. I didn't say that one was out of the question, but you sort of have an England victory in mind in that game. So it's not an upset here that I'm looking at. It's just, what will the score be? What's the mindset? Sopoanga kicks, but it's a mark taken from Ireland inside their 22. No real string of phases together at the moment. But Conor Murray will give them an opportunity to relieve some pressure. And indeed, he does find touch as we go back towards Samoa's halfway line. Easy Ollie, do you think it was the decision to sack Eddie Jones and get a new coach so close to a World Cup? I mean, do you think it's not the coach? What do you think is the problem? Because I have no idea. Obviously, I want to see every team doing well. I'm South African, so I want to see us doing extraordinary. But every other team, if rugby is good for everyone, the competition is good, more people are watching, more people are inspired. So what went wrong what is going wrong for England besides them needing to find a tackling coach? As play works up towards the halfway line now, not much happening at the moment. Shout out Johan Brits from Great Brak Rivier. We're all still sobering up from the reality of last night, my brother. It's some awful signs for Cian Healy there. Trying a bit of flexibility drills, but it doesn't look good. As Samoa gather the ball on the halfway line and they kick it. Ireland catch on the right-hand touchline, just outside their own 22 now, Ireland, but with possession via Caelan Doris. Tomatene, it's a scrum advantage to Samoa. The referee said scrum advantage over, it's play on. It's a kick ahead. It's a wonderful bounce from McCluskey. McCloskey, I beg your pardon. I'll work on my pronunciations. Caelan Doris, not able to hold on. McCloskey gets the ball and kicks it, hoofs it ahead, and finds the inside of the turf before the line. So Samoa have to backtrack. Not something the forwards want to do. But it's only 7-0 ahead. We're closing in towards the first quarter. Samoa with another heavy up and under. Slightly more contestable. Smashed in the tackle. He has an opportunity now. Fidao. It's advantage to Samoa. I think it's only a scrum advantage. And here they go. Through the gap. It's a knock on. He couldn't hold on. And Ireland now in turn have an opportunity to clear their lines. They're just inside their own 22. The referee blows for advantage over. No advantage. Tumua Manu there with the lovely run into space. But on point of contact, just couldn't hold on to the ball there. Jack Crowley, courageous defense from the fly-off. And then the loose ball gathered by Ian Henderson, the captain. But no advantage for Ireland. They will have the put into the scrum. That Chile American qualifying game still haunts me in as far as how close America came to qualifying for the World Cup. But it's Chile's turn. Not a great kick there from Samoa, gifting Ireland possession inside Samoa's territory now. On a rather banana side kick there that never worked at all. But Ireland forcing the territory game, forcing Samoa to play back at them, and this time around, something they're not used to. Tight up against their touchline. Didn't quite work out. And Ireland in possession now as they come driving in. Tom Stewart finds Ian Henderson. Robbie Henshaw with the drive. We're up to Samoa's 22 now. Crowley inside ball to Josh van der Fleer. Henderson, the captain. We're inside the 22 now. Murray at the base. Crowley, he's met hard on defense. No way through there. But here come Ireland. Again, a smashing tackle. Samoa have turned it over. I often think about it, like England is obviously not my favorite team, but sometimes when it's not going for them, it's like everybody just looks around at each other and then they get infected with that virus. Whereas I think Eddie Jones was definitely the external factor, the non-English factor. Could that be something that they could implement moving forward? A little bit more discipline also. It's just my opinion. Ireland with the feed now. It's turned over again. Samoa via Fidao. Kicks it ahead. We're on centre field now. Ireland come running back. Crowley. Deft little boot on him. There's an opportunity with the charge down. Taumateni tried to kick the ball away. Was charged down, but the dead ball line just won it there. The bounce of the ball unjust. Josh van der Vlier, Kalen Doris. It was a matter of inches. Goal line dropout via Lima Sopawanga. Ireland now. Kalen Doris takes it up. The powerful eighth man, Connor Murray. Smashed in the tackle. Someone from Samoa flew in from the side. The referee says it's okay. It's a contestable kick. It's wonderful from Ireland. But in the scrap, Samoa managed to gather the ball, but Ireland come flying through. And secure the ball 10 meters center field from their own try line. Taumateni to his tight forward. James Lay. It's another turnover now again. This time it's a penalty to Ireland. Robbie Henshaw on his knees. It's bruising stuff here at the Stade Jean Ducheux. To the corner we go, says Jack Crowley. What is sport without the fans? What is the feedback like in England in as far as the fans are concerned? Because Twickenham is sold out today for England Fiji. Like, obviously you want to always support your team, but are the fans behind them, or are the fans gatvol, as they say in South Africa? How do they manage to fill Twickenham up? We can't get 26 people at Loftus for a Currie Cup game. I guess, yeah, it's a Currie Cup game. But the fans are everything. So when there's no fans, something's wrong. But it would suggest that something's right when Twickenham's full. Something's definitely not right. Don't forget about Pit Defender, your cybersecurity champions. You know, in this day and age of technology, artificial intelligence, you want something to keep you safe. Your bank accounts, your addresses, your passwords, everything. But Defender's got you all the way. Surely now. Samoa got the ball just outside their own 22. Taumateni to Sopawanga. It's not going to be kicked out. He's outside. Taken back in. And Ireland go route one. Straight ahead. There's space here. Hansen breaks one. He's up to the 22 now. Play on, says the referee. It's going to be a try to Samoa. This is sensational stuff. It came out of nowhere. The referee says play on. I'm not sure if they're going to have a look, but Wayne Barnes waved it on. And that's a try. Paiaua, the fullback, Duncan Paiaua, might have scored a wonderful try for Samoa out of nowhere. And the try has been awarded. Ireland on attack. It's off the chest. McCloskey in possession. Little bit of a wild pass off the chest of the fullback, and he goes in to score. No hands involved. That is incredible stuff for Samoa. I mentioned they need to take every opportunity. Against Ireland, you might only get 2 or 3. And there's one of them via Duncan Paiua. The scores are level. At the start, Jean Joshe, Ireland deadlocked with Samoa at 7-all. Ireland with the restart. We're outside Samoa's 22. Talmateni with the shape to kick. Advantage to Samoa. They couldn't do much with it. Ireland got the ball back and hoofed it deep. The try scorer gets it inside his 22 and finds a wonderful touch, taking play right up to the halfway line. So in as much as their structure is lacking slightly, Samoa, they managed to win those scraps when it comes to the play breaking up, something Ireland are the complete opposite of. As we see the coach of Ireland making his way down to the halfway off-time tunnel. Beg your pardon. I'm not sure if he'll be too happy with proceedings. But remember, a game is a game of 2 halves. And we're all building up towards the Rugby World Cup. Stewart with the line-out throw, just about on the halfway line for Ireland. It's a loose ball, and Samoa have it now. In possession up to Ireland's 10-meter line, playing from left to right. Sipawanga with the up and under. It's a contest. Knock on from Ireland. Jimmy O'Brien couldn't hold on. And Samoa have an opportunity now. When it gets loose, Samoa get going, but no advantage there. Henderson not taking the ball cleanly. That's something you'd want to do, especially keeping in mind we've got South Africa, the masters of the set piece. Samoa not going to put you under too much pressure in the line out, so you need to take those ones. The quality of this Ireland side not quite coming through in this first half. It's not a reflection of the quality of player. It's just the pressure, the anticipation, the timing. Just a little bit off. Samoa just about on Ireland's 22, scrumming Ireland. That's something you don't see every day. A Bashara scrum from Samoa this time. 1-8, driving Ireland backwards and winning a scrum penalty. Samoa with the opportunity now to take the lead at halftime and send shockwaves through Dublin and Ireland. We do have a second half though. But you want to see some more fluidity from Ireland, considering they're up there with the top 3 teams in the world, interchangeable at any time. But Lima Sopoaga, on the stroke of halftime, has the opportunity to put Manu Samoa in the lead. The composure he has shapes to kick. It's sailing over. Samoa lead 10 points to 7. That will be the halftime whistle. Not something we expected. Ireland with it all to do in the second half. Don't go away. We'll be back in a few. Brother, can you hear me? Mr. James? James? Mr. James? James? Wonderful start for Samoa now, deep inside island territory. Under pressure, Samoa with the feed on this left-hand touchline. Manu goes again after being initially held up. Penalty to Samoa now. Ireland infringing close to their own line. It's right in centre field. Shot called for Lima Sopoanga. As we see Manu take it up there towards Ireland's try line. Henshaw, McCloskey in there, not rolling away, and Samoa have an opportunity to extend the lead to 6 points. Eight meters out, in front of the posts. You can't miss. Composure and over. Samoa take and extend their lead, I beg your pardon. It's 13 points to 7. We're 5 minutes into this second half, and Samoa strike first. As Ireland restart. Ireland with possession inside Samoa's territory. On the 10-meter line, centre field now, via Conor Murray. Caelan Doris smashed in the tackle. Crowley again with that remote control boot of his. But Sopoanga's there. Slips the first tackle. Scrum off of Samoa. Jonathan Taumatene has really been marshalling his troops today as he shapes for a kick. Inside his 22. Doesn't find touch. It's Conor Murray now. Highland with the ball out the back. Caelan Doris. Samoa trying to disrupt. Seems to have been knocked on there. The referee didn't see it. Stewart goes on. The call has come. It's a knock on. There's a break in play now. Sailala Lamb getting some attention. So opportunity for Samoa to regather. Strategize. For Ireland. Another injury concern here. Mm-hmm. Oh, you gotta be shitting me, man. Yes, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, champ. "54 minutes in, Samoa still lead against Ireland." Samoa come away with the ball now through Manu. Tomatene with the ball out wide. So Tenny, it's turnover. McHanson's got the ball. Apologies for the delay in the technicalities, guys. I'm back. And Samoa still lead against Ireland here at the start. John Dozier. Lovely offloads there from Samoa. As we see Ireland making a substitution now. Tomo 2. Another tight forward now. After the loss of Cian Healy, they don't want to be losing another forward. Hopefully the sound is all back now, ladies and gentlemen. Ireland trail Samoa. You heard it correctly. And Samoa make a couple of substitutions of their own. Taufua on for Luatua now. Some fresh legs for Manu Samoa. Ireland in possession though. Conor Murray from the base. Centre field on the halfway line. The referee's going to call them back. They were offside. A little bit over eager there, Manu Samoa. And Ireland have an opportunity now to take the ball deep into Samoan territory. A welcome relief that the sound is indeed back. Mr. Stretcher Fletcher, humble apologies from my side and from all of us here at Forever Sports. Technicalities are sometimes out of our control, as we see Andy Farrell looking somewhat out of control in not imagining the game would be poised as it is now, with 15 minutes left to play. But Ireland gather the ball and they maul it up. This is where they're powerful. It's an Ireland ball. It's a try. They've reverted back to the power game and it's worked. You don't want to keep it loose against Manu Samoa. And Ireland goes straight through the middle from the line out. I guess the message would be keep it simple now, gents. We hold our breath. Masa Musa Boss. A rather interesting name. Fiji took it. Can Samoa do it? They've only got a few minutes left. And those few minutes may be one more opportunity. Brandy, now at this time of the evening, we want to deliver quality in commentary here. As Jack Crowley gets his kick charge down, that's interesting. So, how many brandies do you suggest? I'm not living in America. It's 12 o'clock at night, or we're approaching midnight. Is that when people come alive? Remember, most of the Rugby World Cup games will be broadcast 9 p.m. in the evening, or at least from 5 p.m. in the evening. So that helps us as South Africans to plan accordingly when our sociabilities will be. It is stressful because it's for the fans, brother. It's for the fans. As Conor Murray clears from the base. Ireland only lead by 4 points. There's no opportunity for them to rest on their laurels right now. One break from Samoa, one try. It's been a tough old battle for the Irish, though. But a lost line out for Samoa. And Samoa penalised at the breakdown. Ireland coming away with the ball. But referee Wayne Barnes is judging that indeed they were again overzealous. Coming in from the side, it's a penalty to Ireland and an opportunity for Ross Byrne, who's taken over from Jack Crowley, the man with the remote control boot. There's a new man on the block and he's put it about 12, 15 meters out on this left-hand touchline inside Samoan territory. Ireland with the feed and catch. Rob Herring finds his man, and the power game comes into contention again. It's all Ireland now. They're 2 meters out. Conor Murray's at the base. Tries to find a runner. O'Toole. This is wonderful defense from Samoa on their try line. How long can they hold out for? Van der Fleer at the base. He says, I'll carry. Ireland come charging ahead. They smell the try line. They're only inches away. No transgressions can be afforded by Samoa now. Speed off the line on defense is good. Ireland push back 1 meter. There's more than an inch in it now. It's frenetic stuff. It's phase after phase. It's tight for Ireland. O'Mani goes into clean, and Ireland come away with it. Offside, and there's the transgression. They could ill afford Samoa. But Ireland playing under penalty advantage there. Ross Byrne will definitely look to put this ball out into touch. The referee is Wayne Barnes from England. Wayne Barnes. He's the guy that gets to say, order, order, when everything gets out of control. Order, order. And indeed, Ireland kick for touch. They're 5 meters out on this left-hand touchline. O'Mani calling the shots. Banker ball there. This time around, Ireland can't maul. They got to play from the 5 meter line via Conor Murray. It's relentless from the forwards. The ball's not going further than 1 pass, 2 passes. It's held up over the goal line now. One final charge. But Samoa have repelled them. Incredible scenes. It might not count for much, but that's incredible for a side, considering Samoa plays so very little international rugby. They've been in this fight the whole night, regardless whether it's Ireland's A team, their Z team, their E team. on any given day, Samoa shouldn't be pumping Ireland close as they are. That tells you the pendulum is swinging in international rugby. We're all on the same page. What we've always hoped for. But Ireland in possession now still. They're not going to give up this fight. Remember, it matters what you do after 80 minutes, not while the game is still on. And if you win by 1 point, it's also enough. So it sounds contradictory, but Ireland just need to do enough to win. They can ill afford a loss to Samoa, let alone running them close. Was that Kalen Doris or Maya Bosman who breaks the line? Sensational. No, that wasn't Maya Bosman. Samoa with the feed. It's all over the place. Ireland now. Gifted an opportunity inside their 22 of Samoa. Just off centre field. Still in possession. Craig Casey at scrum half. There's just tight forwards out wide here. James Ryan playing like a wing there. He saw a little bit of Kurtley Orenson Mapimpi last night, and he wanted to be on the wing. But it's turnover ball. Sopoanga playing under scrum advantage now, Samoa. Inari at scrum off. Bit of a nothing kick there. Straight back to Ireland in possession now. Gary Ringrose. The substitutes are featuring more and more now. Trying to shift the ball through the hands there, Ireland. But it was knocked on. And there is still an opportunity for Samoa. I don't want to read too much into Ireland's play, but it's been nothing that would warrant them any sort of threat to France or South Africa based on this performance. But we know that the World Cup is not going to be based on this performance, and Ireland shouldn't be judged on this performance. But as a coach, I'm sure Andy Farrell would want to have a few more answers than he does have at the moment, considering this is the last warm-up game. And then the unfortunate injury to Tian Healy. Where will that leave him come the World Cup time? But it's always a proud moment playing for your country, whether you're Samoa or Ireland. So victory is paramount. Ireland trying to push in the scrum. Samoa get it back, but an unforced error there has just given Ireland the opportunity with the line out set back from where the kick was kicked. He kicked it straight out on the full, not inside his 22. Doesn't have the luxury of kicking it straight out, and he knows it. France, Ireland, South Africa, my top three. Who's your top three? Gary? Mr. Smith? Ireland still in possession inside Samoan territory, centre field on the 10-metre line. Omani, the experience off the bench. Another massive hit there from Samoa. Ireland, must be said, have not backed down, but they've taken some massive hits. It's a penalty to Samoa there. And the referee not playing games with Ireland, giving Samoa another 10 meters. A little bit of back chat there from Mac Hansen. Not sure if he can hear himself in that scrum cap. Might be all a little bit silent, but he's talking too much for the referee's liking. And Samoa now have an opportunity deep inside Ireland's territory, just outside the 22. They want to make sure that they get that line-out feed. There might be one opportunity left for Samoa. Time off at the moment. Players down, gathering their thoughts, tying their shoelaces, realizing they were at war today. What sort of momentum do Ireland take from this game as we approach the Rugby World Cup? For Samoa, a lot of confidence. Not featuring in the top 10, but pushing Ireland hard as Manu comes away straight down the middle, up to the 22 now, Samoa. Junior Sateni, Sopawanga. It's advantage to Samoa. A penalty shot at goal will not do it. They're going to need to kick for the corner and have a real opportunity now. Appreciate the feedback, my brother. Passion for a dime, that's what it is. Sometimes I think about rugby. It's like an art form, watching rugby players do this. Poetry in motion. Amongst other things, big bodies clashing into each other, knocking each other to pieces. This is what we live for now, Samoa. Come back at Ireland. There's some space now. There's intensity on the ball as Samoa come charging ahead. There's time remaining. It's advantage under a penalty advantage. Don't get any, but indeed get the penalty. Craig Casey, the scrum off there, making a nuisance of himself. And now the real test for Ireland. Five meters from their own try line. Starts without, so your set piece so important here. Time is off. Somebody's down from Samoa. Shark Brown, I guess the 50 points was not an option. Looking back in hindsight, was a good idea. But that idea didn't materialize. Samoa came to play here at the start. Jean Daugé. Remember, they're in France. It's a neutral ground. Kind of maybe swung the pendulum towards Samoa. Playing Ireland at home is not a fun place to be. There's some battered bodies there. But the open side, Teleni has had a wonderful game, been very robust on attack, on defense, at the breakdown. But it all counts for nothing if Samoa can't finish what would be a sensational victory this evening. And just as I say that, they lose the line out. An awful, awful mistake there. Nigel Owong, the left winger, not able to gather that ball after the clearance from Mac Hansen. But looking at that line out, they did not get the simple stuff. 5 meters out. A lot to learn for Samoa over there when it comes to the set pieces. Ireland now in possession. Casey now at the base. To Omani. Casey again. Short ball to a tight forward. Ireland looking to slow this game down now. That's the ball game. Ireland have done just enough at the start. Jean Daugé, and have beaten Samoa by 17 points to 13. On to the Rugby World Cup we go. For South Africa, an interesting game to look back on. Where can they find the loopholes when it comes to our all-important group game? For Samoa, a wonderful experience to build on their confidence and put them in a position to do well at this Rugby World Cup and show the world who they are. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. Until the next rugby game, bye for now.